Hey guys, I'm just getting all set up here, which takes like more coordination than you could imagine. Okay. Let's see. Alrighty.
Yay!
Hi.
Hi. I can't see her. I hear her. I can't see her either yet.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get this all figured out. There we go.
Yay! There's Amy. Hi, it's Jan.
Hi, Jan. Okay. So I am. Okay, perfect. I'm just trying to get it all situated because I'm streaming off of my computer and I'm doing Zoom on my phone. So it's quite a orchestration. Okay. So for everybody hopping on, the way that this is going to work is I'm going to do a live energy clearing so you can see this whole process. And so one of you lucky duckies gets to be my, I almost called you my victim, but you're not really my victim. One of you gets to be this awesome participant. So because I need to be able to talk with you, you got to be on the Zoom call to be the person that we're going to work on, just because it's too much. It's too slow. It's too slow if I'm on the chatting. So I'm going to do something really quick here. Just for those of you that are on the other platforms, I'm going to paste into my conversation how you get into Zoom. Let me clear this out. Literally, I feel like I'm running. Like a, here we go. Okay, there you go. So if you're on one of the other platforms, I just posted it. This is the link to get onto the Zoom call, so you can hop on there. I'm going to give you just a second to do that. So I'm going to do this just like I would with a client. So because I'm going to be really super descriptive in talking about what exactly it is we're doing, we wouldn't get as much done in this little live session as we would if we were doing a one-on-one. And I don't want to leave you with like what I would consider to be half of a session. So whoever we pick here for this clearing, after we get off of the live, then we'll connect back and I'll finish working on you so that you're not like halfway cleared, should we call it? Okay. So I gotta just do a couple things here on my computer so I'm not being bombarded by people. So we're gonna close that. Okay, so I feel like everybody's had a chance to hop on. Okay, so we're gonna pick somebody off of here to be in this live thing. So I'm gonna mute all of you, not because I don't love you, but just because we got to make sure we don't have lots of people. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this by something fun, because you know that I love funness. Okay. I think you guys have the ability to raise your hands or something, right? So this is because I'm doing Zoom off my phone, I can't see my full layout. So, but I think, okay, here we go. So we're going to do, oh yeah, you can raise your hand. Okay. If you would like to be if you would like to be the person that I'm working on, let's see, anybody whose birthday is in November. We're going to start with you first. So if your birthday's in November, you can raise your hand. And I might just have to pick someone because I'm not even sure how I can see if you raised your hand on my phone. Actually, we're going to do something crazy. We're going to live vicariously. Let's see if I can do this without messing up. Oh, okay. So I don't know if that just messed this up or not. For those of you on Zoom, let's see. Where are you, beautiful Jan? Jan, I'm going to unmute you. Jan, can you still hear me okay? It's not letting me unmute you. Oh, there we go. Not good. We're not doing that. Okay, that was catastrophic. All right. Okay, so I'm not sure if I can see you guys raising your hands, so I'm just going to pick somebody. I am going to temporarily unmute you. I'm not even sure. Actually, I can't unmute you. Okay, so we have someone on the call, and I'll probably totally mess your name up. Oh, where did you go? Okay. If I say your name wrong, just bear with me because that's why I didn't ever become a teacher, even though I really wanted to. So your name is Jyoti. And I can see that you're on the Zoom call. So if you would like to be the person that we do the healing on, hi.
Hi.
Do you want to be the person that I work on?
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm so excited. I'm joining from Nepal. And it is night right now, and it is 11:51. It is going to be 12.
Oh
and
my!
I'm so excited. I'm not even sleeping.
Oh my goodness! Oh, see how cool that works. Okay, so I'm gonna just put you in here. So though, as we go, I'm gonna type up all of these things that we find for you, and then you get to have them in an email. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we can do this process without even having you tell me anything that you have going on. But I like to just ask you because sometimes we can align with your subconscious, because the way that this works is basically we're making this beautiful energy connection with each other, and we're going to work with your subconscious to help us find any underlying issues that are related to pain, anything emotional, anything like basically, honestly, there isn't anything that you can't work on when it comes to things that you want to improve in your life. It can even be stuff like abundance, communication with other people. There literally is no limit to what we can focus on. So we will just really quickly tell me about any physical pain that you're having.
Back pain, migraine, and I do have high blood pressure, high blood sugar also.
Okay. Got it. Do you have anything going on that's kind of more, and the blood pressure kind of goes in this one. So I got that down, but what about anything that's kind of along the lines of internal? So blood pressure we got. So you have anything else going on like cholesterol issues or internal? I also like.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have a lot of emotional issues also going on. Like, I know I am an old soul. I've taken a lot of birth. I knew it's in childhood, and I don't know. My life is very normal, but there are past life issues, something related to death, past life death. Perfect. And I was meditating on that, and to be very honest, I found out that I was hanged and I was reading about the Salem, Massachusetts. I thought I was there, innocent person hanged. So yeah, it haunts me. My past life. Oh my God, I think it's coming to heal. I need to heal that.
Okay. All right. So we'll talk about that in just a second, because that brings up like a super really good conversational piece when it comes to energy healing. Have you had any surgeries where you've had any organs removed?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we could keep going and asking you lots of stuff, but this gives us like a super beautiful platform for which to start off of. And as I mentioned, like we don't even have to know any of this. Your subconscious is just going to give us this amazing stuff. So, okay. Before we start, do you have any questions for me?
No, I think I trust you.
Well,
That's why I'm here. Because as soon as I saw your link, I was like, I thought that I need to join anyhow.
Beautiful.
So I trust you fully.
Okay, awesome. So I'll be really descriptive as we go through. You can ask questions. There's not like a, oh my goodness, don't interrupt. I am I would say I have a PhD in working during chaos, because I have dogs and a child, and we may actually be interrupted by one of the two or the three or the four of them. So we'll do this. But the other thing that I love to do with my clients before we begin the session, we're going to set up this beautiful energy connection. And then I'm going to do a Heli scan on you. So this is my Heli, and it is going to basically use that same energy channel. It's going to be able to show us anywhere in your body that you potentially have some cells or an energy imbalance. And then we can actually use it to direct this beautiful energy to, I'm just going to mute this person. Okay. So that we can direct energy to balance out whatever it is that it finds. So first, let's set the intention for doing our session. So by doing this, all we're doing is calling in energy. We're aligning ourselves. We're getting full of gratitude. So we're vibrating on this higher level, and that's how we receive the beautiful impressions that come down from what we call higher level source, whatever that is for you. Whenever I work with my clients, I always tell you, like, resonate with what works for you, whether your higher level source is God or it's an energy or whatever that is. So we're going to call upon this higher power with full energy and light to expel, release, and clear any imbalances in your mind, body, and soul with full intention to fully release. And we're going to do that from all dimensions of time and space, past, your presence, your future. And we're doing that with intention to allow your body to heal itself and your subconscious mind to be fully clear of any resistance to finding and releasing these imbalances. So sometimes when we do this, I also love to bring in the color energy that you specifically resonate with, and yours right now. And our energies change depending on how we're vibrating. Yours right now is a really pretty green. It's almost kind of a lime green color. So it's really pretty. Okay, we're going to put you into my little Heli, and then we're going to see what it is telling us is going to be the most beneficial for us to run. Okay, one other thing I forgot to ask you. Tell me how old you are.
39.
39?
You asked about the November, who was born on November. Actually, I'm born in December.
Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. Sometimes when we do things, like when I asked about somebody in a month, and I don't know how to see anybody answer on there, or maybe nobody even is, things just all work out. Like the right person still somehow pops up is the right person. That's should be the one that we are working on. So we're going to run this little Heli. It takes like 60 seconds or less. So I just got to turn on my little Heli scanner, and then we'll see what it's finds for you, and then we'll let the Heli run its frequencies through the same channel as we find these wonderful things. So while I'm setting this up, I'm going to talk a little bit just because this is an educational clearing, and you brought up a beautiful point that is something that I think is really, really good to address. So you talked about when you were mentioning things that you have going on, you talked about past life. So sometimes this can be an interesting thing to talk about because we are all brought up in different cultures, and we have different, parents, and our parents are usually our backdrop for the religious types of things that we believe in. And so this question comes up a lot for me, especially because I live in Utah, which is a really super prominent religious state. And so a lot of people in my state all belong to the same religious group, and that specific religious group does not particularly believe in any type of past life experiences. So their basis is that you were in a spirit form before you came to the earth, and you were in what they call a spiritual pre-existence. And so you're the same person always, and you basically were there, and then you come to earth because you are going through kind of like a test, and that test is to see how you treat other people, all kinds of stuff. And so for, those clients, when I find energy that I call something from a pre-life experience, I always explain it to my clients in a way that's going to make sense to you. So if you believe that, and that's actually a question that I always ask before I start, but because you already had mentioned it, I always will let you know, like, let it resonate with you. It's another one of those things where I absolutely believe in everything and I believe in nothing. So let it resonate with you. If you feel and believe that you have a past life and that you have energies from it that need to be cleared or whatever, then that's absolutely beautiful. If you believe that you were in a spiritual premortal existence, then that's totally fine too. And when people say, well, how can I have an energy stuck if I believe that I was just in a spirit world before I came, if I wasn't living in this like earthly life? Because they believe that in the spirit world, you aren't having to deal with the stuff that we deal with in this earth life. And so I always tell you that if that's your belief, then think of it as like potentially you have these trapped energies because you were witnessing things that were going on. And so maybe one of the easiest ones to explain is maybe you witnessed, you were watching, you were seeing things that were going on with like a traumatic event like the Holocaust. And so you have energies trapped from that. Or perhaps you were doing something where maybe you were someone's spirit guide. So perhaps you were helping someone that was here on the earth at a specific time, and you were working with them and helping them. And so you resonated with the energy of what they were going through, and that energy just didn't clear out. And so it just became something that you're kind of carrying around. Or, if you do believe in reincarnation, or you believe you were in a past life, then that's what this energy is from. So just let it resonate with whatever that is for you. Okay, so the first thing that I did was I did the Heli scan. So we're going to get this going on you and let it run. And I'll include this in your notes so you'll know exactly what it is. So it is pulling up some things that are going to, the first one is going to be bioenergetic optimization of oxygen supply. So oxygen is great, right? It helps us think clearly. It helps us feel better. We get ourselves into this like fight or flight state where we're breathing really shallow because our body is in the stance of it wants to either fight or run. And when that happens, all of our energy, all of our blood supply goes to our muscles so we can run or fight. And so it shuts down everything else, because when we're trying to survive, We do not care if we're digesting food. We do not care about our immune system. Our body has a one thought, and that is to survive. And so we want to balance out that oxygen supply and get it flowing to all the beautiful places in your body. The other one that it's going to do is it's going to support concentration by cranial stimulation. We're also doing an energetic balancing of anxiety, and also mental balancing and bioenergetic stimulation of your creative thought process, which is really cool. And then the other one that it's doing is it's going to do activation of your central nervous system and balancing that out. So we just set the Heli up and we're going to let it run. So it's cool because it's kind of like this underlying thing going on in the background while we do your session between you and I. Super cool. Okay, so that is going. All right. And I will type all that up so you know what it was. Then let's you and I see what we can find as far as things that we can clear out that are going to be the most beneficial. So the way that this works is I use what's called the ELV system. If elevate your life vibration, because when we are at a higher vibrational state, then things flow for us. We don't get sick. We don't have pathogens. We don't have stuck emotions, because when something crazy happens, because unfortunately we can't stop the crazy, when something crazy happens and we start to feel emotional, we can resonate with that energy and we can let it release. Because when we aren't in a balanced higher vibrational state, that energy gets stuck. It's like a little emotional chemical, and it just traps in certain places in the body. Okay. So we ask the subconscious to allow us to work on whatever is going to be the most beneficial for you. And I always check for energies around things. So we're looking for energies that are being caused by blocked emotions, energies that are being caused by negative beliefs, energies being caused by energy attachments, or energies being caused by toxic phrases. So let's see. We are first going to do something associated with an overactive sympathetic nervous system. So that was actually what we were just talking about a second ago, was energy from being in fight or flight. So all of us right now probably have this going on just because there's so much chaos. So we're going to do energy around an overactive sympathetic nervous system. All right, so we start with the question, and then we find all of these little squashed things in between what's going on with that, and then whatever it is that you have that's blocking that energy from flowing. So those are going to be the blocked emotions, the negative energies. This first one that I'm picking up for you is definitely, sometimes I can see the end thing before I see the things in between. And when you see your notes, you'll understand more, or when I tell you this first one, exactly what we have going on. But this is going to be an energy from a toxic phrase. So basically is what's happening is I have like this whole chart and this whole list that I use with ELV. And so sometimes this toxic phrase will just channel in and I can just see it. I'm just resonating with it. And sometimes it's not really coming to me. So then I just have this really cool list of stuff. And this toxic phrase for you is somebody saying to you something along the lines. So it doesn't have to exactly be this, but it's going to be something really close to it. And when I found it, oh yes. This is something like when you're going through an issue and someone tells you, you need to be the better person, or you need to be the one that doesn't react, or you need to be the one that doesn't respond to someone else's negative behavior. And so that can be really conflicting for us, because when we hear that phrase, it teaches us that, oh, hey, my reaction to that must not be okay, because, and I'll give you an example, because my mom uses this phrase a lot. She'll tell me, oh, don't react, Amy. Don't say what you think, because you need to be the better person. And so then that ingrains into our heads that, oh, the way that we're feeling isn't okay. And it's all right for me to let people walk all over me and not have boundaries because I have to be the better person. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, truly.
Okay, perfect. So that's one of the issues going on here. But now we're going to look into anything that's kind of squashed in between that's being affected by this. So the first one that is pulling up is actually one of the ways that your brain works. These are called brain waves. And this one is specifically called beta waves, and they are the working, thinking, anxiety, stress, speak communication waves. So we're going to balance those. We also have something going on. I know that this is probably going to block your guys' view a little bit, but I have to move my camera because I can't see my computer. Okay, it'll just be somewhat in your way. Actually, I'll scoot you guys over to. Okay, that didn't really help. Whatever, you'll be fine. I have faith that you'll be fine. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So what am I seeing here? Actually, all right. So I saw that we have a meridian affected. Meridians are simply the way that the body's energy flows through the body. So just like we have veins for blood and to flow through the body, we also have meridians, and that's how our energy flows. And our meridians are associated with what we call our chakras, and our chakras are the source of the energy in our body. So I like to think of, just to make it simple, I like to think of chakras as like my organs, and my meridians are like my veins. And so that's how everything's flowing. When you get a block in a meridian or a chakra, it's basically like having a blood clot for yourself, as far as stopping down your entire body. So when we get blocks in our meridians, then it stops the flow of being able to release stressors and emotions. So we're going to see exactly what you have going on. So you have a tooth that is out of balance, and teeth are really big culprits for messing with our energies because they are attached to so many things. So this tooth is on your top left. It is called the second premolar. And just to tell you all of the things that are associated with this specific tooth and why teeth are really big culprits for stuff: the liver, large intestine, small intestine, gallbladder, duodenum, left lung, and then a bunch of things with your glands, thyroid, and thymus. Tons of connections in the spinal cord. It's associated with your ethmoid cells, which are sensory for smelling, and your maxillary sinus. And then it goes into a whole bunch of things that are associated with your foot, big toe, shoulder, elbow, lots of digestive things. So that's why we want to work on this. Okay. So as I was talking, I can see some also intestinal paralysis. So that just means that we have a slowdown of something going on in your digestive system that's attached to this that we really want to make sure we clear out. So this is where we dive into being able to channel intuitively medical type things, which is kind of one of my little specialty items that I super enjoy doing. So we're going to see internal intestinal paralysis. If you see me moving my hands a lot, this is how I channel and clear things. So we're going to work on some hormones in the digestive system that need to be fixed for us to balance this out. So we're going to do a couple of them. Thyroxine is one that your subconscious is showing that we need to direct energy to, and also secretion. Okay, now as we do this, the cool part is that it's actually your own body that's fixing it. So all we're doing is acting as the communication channel to say, hey, we can see these things, the subconscious is showing them to us, and it's almost like your subconscious needs a little bit of a permission sort of to be like, oh, okay, we're going to send this energy to fix this. Now, when we're really, really in tuned, and you can learn to do this on yourself, where you can actually have a conversation with your subconscious and say, hey, you know, what's going on? So I'm actually going to tell you about how this happened to me this morning, but let me find these other things, and then I'm going to clear these out for you. And then I'll tell you about dreams and how you can have energy from dreams. Okay, so I'm at the bottom of all the things that are associated with this. And so now I'm finding like all the underlying little culprits. So we already know you have a toxic phrase, but you also have a negative core belief and a couple of trapped emotions. So let's see what those are. Negative core belief of something about I need to the negative core belief is something about feeling like you need to get something done or achieved to be successful. And let's see, let me just mute someone. There we go. Okay. And we're going to see what you have. Two emotions. The first one is some feeling of feeling a little bit cheated. So this feeling a little bit cheated, this is clear back from age 17. And then your other blocked emotion, you're really young, it's coming through as you're like only about age 3, and you're feeling, what are you feeling? Something about being disappointed. Okay, so now we're going to clear these. I do this with what I call worry stones that just resonate with whoever I'm working on. And so I'm just clearing by doing this with my fingers, and we're going to clear these out. So we're going to clear out this blocked emotion, feeling disappointed from age 3, which is crazy that we don't think about how kids can feel so emotional when they're younger, but lots of stuff can be blocked when we're kids. So clearing disappointment from age 3, we're going to clear a blocked emotion of feeling cheated from age 17. Clearing that, any cords, binds, anything associated with that is being released. Then we're going to clear out this negative core belief of needing to get this done to be successful. And then we're going to release this toxic phrase of you need to be a better person. And now we're going to balance all the stuff in your body that this has created. So we're balancing out those hormones in the digestive system. We're clearing out some intestine paralysis. We're balancing that tooth, top left, second premolar, sending energy there. And then we're balancing your brain waves. So that one had a lot of stuff that I call kind of all over the place. None of it was necessarily like sometimes when we work on like a specific body part, everything will be directly related to that body part. So things are either like really lined up lineally or they're kind of stacked all over the place. And so that's the cool thing is your subconscious knows exactly what needs to be released and how in the order it needs to be released. And for us in our little cognitive brains, it doesn't need to actually make any sense. And that's why this process works so beautifully, is because we just let the subconscious do its job. So, my dear, do you have any questions about any of the stuff that we just found?
No, actually, okay. I feel like I'm with a magical healer, like who's like. So it's like, see, I have been praying to angels to, like, there is a lot of negative things going around in the world, but there are positive people as well. Where are they?
No, you're so right.
And I need healings. I know that I need healings also, because we all need actually. But I have a feeling that healing can really do miracles. So I go to you.
Perfect.
All of a sudden, today only I was like, I put my all the details and it's already 12:18, but I'm very fresh and very, like, I'm very happy. I can stay till 2 or 3 also.
Beautiful.
So
okay.
So I trust you.
I love it. I love your soul. You're just beautiful. Okay, so let's do another one. This one is something that is popping up next to do, and I'm seeing this a lot in clients just because of what we have going on all over the globe. So we're going to clear some energy from just conflict. This is just some conflict energy, and so we'll see what pops up for you. The interesting thing about this is, the interesting thing about this is that conflict energy, for all of us, we're dealing with this like place where everything's just so confusing and we feel so overwhelmed. But for each person that we clear this out from, it's affecting them differently. And that's all just because we're all coming from different spaces. We've all been exposed to different things, and it all means different things to us. So we will see what we can find to clear out from this. And I'm definitely picking up on some energies that I mentioned, or energies. You mentioned some stuff from some past life issues. So we're going to see, because I'm picking up some energy, and this is definitely from a past life energy. As I mentioned to those of you, if you're just hopping on, past life energies can be, if that resonates with you, that you've been reincarnated, then great. If it doesn't resonate with you, then past life energies can be simply from your premortal spiritual existence, from you watching things, or whatever that is for you. Now, I'm seeing definitely a black house. Very interesting. So as I channel in this past life energy, I'll tell you as much about it as what I can see. You are a child right now. I'm going to say around the age of 6. And you are witnessing something that is really devastating to you. But because you're a kiddo, it's just interesting. This is always so interesting for me. Okay, that one was pretty simple. Let me tell you what I saw. And I can feel your energy right here is really trapped. Okay, so here we go. So this past life energy, I can see a black house, but it's actually because it's black inside. So this is going to be before electricity is invented. We can actually see let's see if we can see the date. So what year is this? This is before, is this before 1500 AD? No. So is this somewhere between 16 and 17? No, 17 and 18. So 1715. So around the year 1715, you are seeing something devastating to you because someone is butchering a pig. And it is very, very traumatizing for you because you're 6 years old and you are like really traumatized by it. So it's amazing how this energy can follow you around something at, like, we might be like, oh, that doesn't seem like a huge thing, but to a child, obviously, this is very, very devastating. So we're going to clear this energy out, and then we're going to see what else is. So it's affecting you on an inner child level in this life. Inner child level is you feel as though being punished is what it's affecting you now. So anytime as a child you felt like you were being punished, that past life energy was resonating with you and making that feeling of being punished escalated. And so let's see what other stuff is going on. It's definitely have interesting that I can. Nope, that's not where I need to go. So I can feel that your energy is right here, the specific one. And so
pains a lot.
What's that?
Pains it. this area I feel very heavy and painful also.
Okay. Okay. This energy is trapped in a second level of your aura. There we go. So it's way out there. That's what, that already feels better. Okay, so second level layer of your aura, that's a layer that is associated with feelings or emotions about yourself. Let's see. Okay, all right. So just channeling in exactly energy from a dream.
Can I ask you which country? Just curious.
Yeah.
Was I in Europe, America, or India?
Let me see. All right, so when I asked that question, I got Northwest Europe. Okay, so we're going to clear some energy. Okay, so we're clearing energy to clear from conflict. So this is one that is not directly related to, sometimes when I do these, you can see you'll have like some recent trapped energy from stuff you've been watching or hearing on the news or whatever, but this one is all from some past events. So we're going to start with the bottom underlying issue. That's blocked emotion of disliking how you look. So at some point, just being really not happy with the way that you look. So we're clearing that out. We also have some negative energy. This is from a male and it's a family member. When other people are doing specific things, sometimes we can absorb their energy, or maybe this person said something negative about you. So we're just clearing that out. We're clearing out energy from a dream. These are interesting. So you can have energy from a dream. In fact, I had this happen last night because I dreamed that I got a letter from the military telling me that I had to relocate to Alaska to fly F-22s. And I have no desire to go back to my previous life flying airplanes. And so when I woke up, I had a really like stiff thing going on in my back. And when I went to clear it, it was just the energy from this dream. So you have some energy from a dream. It's clear back when you were 10. So you probably can't remember what it was. But we're clearing that. Then we're clearing some stuff out of your second layer of your aura. This is emotion with respect to self area. So that can cause you to have negative feelings about yourself. We're clearing that out. We're balancing out inner child being punished, clearing that out. And then last but not least, we're going to clear out this past life energy from this time when you're a child. We're clearing this out from all dimensions of time. So we're making sure we clear it out from anything future that it would cause, any present things that it would cause for you, and any past issues that it would cause for you, and releasing that from your energy, from your physical now. Okay. So there was another one. Any questions about that one?
No.
Okay.
I trust you.
Okay, let's do let's see what's coming up next. So we're gonna do
Can I ask you, like, what happens is I feel choking in my neck, and I know it for sure that I was maybe I don't know. I think I might have done some wrong, but I'm a very spiritual soul since birth. So maybe I spoke my truth and I was hanged.
Okay.
In my past life. So I feel like not only one life, few lives I was hanged, and one or two life I was even drowned. So the death, which I faced in my past lives, that really haunts me. I can literally feel it. I'm very intuitive and I'm empath. I'm an empath also. Related to death, I think I was silenced. So I want to stand in my own power. I want to speak.
Okay. Let's see. So we're gonna ask the subconscious for energy that you're feeling. So we just describe it as choking, something going on in your neck area. So let's see what kind of energy that pulls up. Okay. Lots of stuff going on here, and it's kind of coming in little spurts. So let me see what we have. There we go. There we go. Yep, you were very right. It's very common that when someone is, like you said, if you happen to have some actual abilities, so you just tend to be empathetic and empath anyway, and you know that you're sensitive to stuff, it's very common for you to be able to pick up on things. Let me just see. All right. So that was the last one. Okay, here we go with this one. So lots of interesting stuff going on with the next one. So energy to clear from that feeling that you're having, a feeling like you've been choked. There's a underlying, these are all not even yours. These are ancestral energies. So ancestral energies are a little different than past life energy. These are going to be energies that have been passed on from your actual lineage. So when our ancestors go through a specific event, they are trying to protect us. The genetics is trying to protect us. So sometimes these things get passed on through the DNA, sort of as like a triggering alarm system, so that if you come across something like this yourself, then your body goes into fight or flight. But unfortunately, this also causes us to have some emotional issues and triggers to things. And so we'll go through and see what these are. So you have a few of these. So the ones that are ancestral here, they're going to be on your mom's side, and they go back to the year 1823. So right around the year of 1823, we have some stuff going on. The first one's going to be an ancestral blocked emotion of fear of death. So keeping in mind that all of these are not yours, but you're carrying them around like they are. Okay. So we're going to clear this ancestral blocked emotion of fear of death. We're clearing it from all dimensions of time. So clearing it from you, clearing it from future, clearing it from all of your ancestors. So this is one of those beautiful things where we're releasing this energy from your ancestors. So it's that generational curse break. Then you have an ancestral energy to clear. This is energy from being close to death or being near to death. That actually leaves a huge imprint on your DNA if you almost pass away, but you don't. So it's kind of like a trauma energy. So we're clearing out being near to death. We're clearing out an ancestral blocked emotion of panic. And then, so those are all from mom's side back to that same year. Then randomly kind of whittled its way right in there. You have some absorbed karma energy. So this is absorbed from someone else. Probably, if I had to guess, the person that was doing this to your ancestor, this absorbed karma energy is energy of controlling. So clearing out this karma energy of controlling that was absorbed. So not necessarily your karma energy, but it's still a negative, icky energy that makes you feel heavy. Then we're clearing out the ancestral trauma energy. So this is what you're picking up on. So you're being choked for speaking. Choked for speaking. We're going to add to that because it just popped up. Choked from speaking what you feel to be truth. So you weren't willing to stay silent over something that you knew to be true, your ancestor. Okay, so mom's side back to 1823. So we're clearing that as well. Now, these next four things, these are things that actually that ancestral energy caused in your own body to become out of aligned. And so the first one is just absorption of iodine. That's something that our body uses, so it's essential for functioning, but we're going to balance that. Then you have another ancestral thing. This is some emotional suppression. This is on mom's side, but this one goes all the way back to 500 AD, so a long time ago. So this emotional suppression we're clearing out, and then we're balancing out your hyoid bone. That's a bone that's below your jaw, and you have some pressure energy from that being compressed on your windpipe. So we're clearing that out, and then we're randomly balancing some thyroid antibodies. And that was all that popped up when I asked for energy from choking in your neck area. Okay, so any questions?
Actually, what happened was, I know it for sure. My mother also told me, like, when I was born, there was an umbilical cord around my neck, and the nurse told my mother that she could remove it and make it better. But it seems like when I was inside the womb, I grew with that umbilical cord around my neck, and I feel like there may be some misalignments in my brain or the body. So, and I'm in a spiritual path since a very long time, but my mind is like never stopping and thinking about others and thinking a lot of negative. I want to meditate, I want to quieten it. And some misalignment, I think, is there in my mind, this head and neck reason, and also in my body because of the umbilical cord and all, because of the womb. Inside the womb, I was trapped in the umbilical cord around my neck.
All right. Okay. So we can actually check. I'm going to make a note of that. So we can actually check for some birth trauma. Babies go through a lot of stuff, so we can check for that. So here's what we're going to do now. So Facebook and also on forums, I'm going to show, just so you can see it, I'm going to show how I end my session, but you can just stay on the Zoom call unless you need to go to bed, because I know it's really late for you. But if you want to stay on the Zoom call, we can do a few more clearings.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just show everyone how I end my clearing sessions, and then you just hang out on the Zoom call, and then I'll keep the Zoom call going. So if any of you that are on the Zoom call, you want to keep watching, you can. I just don't want my Facebook video to be longer than 60 minutes. So, okay. So when I go to end the session, and I'm going to actually do this with intention, not to end the session with you. So here's how cool this is. I'm momentarily going to disconnect from you and your energy. And so I'm momentarily disconnecting from you, and I'm just going to tell people, okay, so this is how I do the end of my session. So we just do it the same way that we start. We want to bring in that extra energy and make sure that we've cleared everything out. So we do this by doing a beautiful, positive little affirmation. So with higher level energy from divine source, we're just releasing you from any processing effects, allowing all stored negative energy to release. I do this by sending stuff out through the toes. That's just what resonates for me. So I send things out through the toes. We send it back into universal energy to be dissolved where it originated from. And then I always do, I cover you with protection from negative energy that would interfere with your processing, leaving all empty spaces filled with these higher vibrational frequencies of love, joy, calmness, and peace. And then I love to place my clients under a universal law energy. So I'll do that by saying, with intention, I place you into full alignment with universal law energy to allow you to continue to heal, releasing and progressing easily and effortlessly all that is not in alignment with your higher level self. And that is how I do the energy sessions and how this beautiful process of ELV works. And so I'm going to hop off of the Facebook, but I'm also going to post something in here for you guys. So if you're like, oh my gosh, this is so resonating with me, and it's something that I would love to get more information on, I'm going to tell you that I have different beautiful things that you can do. So I am such a huge advocate of giving. And so I'm going to post this in the little chat here. So I have a free group where I do lots of resources. I do group healings that are free, lots of stuff, because I honestly know that everybody isn't financially capable of doing this. And then I do a one-on-one session. So just like this, where we do them for about an hour. It goes a lot faster because I'm not doing as much explaining, but those are $42 or $47 a session. They can be done by email, video, or regular phone call. Then I also have that free group where I put the stuff in the guides, but I also have a practitioner mentoring group. So if you are looking at doing this yourself, you can hop into my practitioner program, and I'll teach you how to do this. I'll teach you how to do this for yourself. If you want to do it for other people, you can. If you want to just work on your family, your friends, or whatever, you can. But we basically align it with whatever works for you. It's different than anything else that I've ever seen, just because I mentor you along the way. We don't just sell you a course and then I'm saying we. I'm like, who's we? And then I'm getting like my spirit guides. So I'm like, who's we? So we won't just sell you a course and then leave you. Like, I'm going to teach you how to channel. I'm going to teach you how to do all this so that you can work on yourself, because ultimately that's my purpose. That's my passion. That's really the thing that resonates the most with me. So you can reach out to me. You can, if you're like, I get it, guys, I get it. I try to keep all my stuff really financially affordable for everyone, because I believe everyone deserves this. Obviously, though, as a human being, I have to pay my light bill still and cover my expenses. So I try to keep it, though, really affordable. But if you're like, I'm too strapped, then you can send me your email to, or message me on Facebook, and I will just include you when I'm doing free stuff like this, or I'm doing a free group healing. I also have a Facebook group that you can hop into where I do 2 free trainings every month, or not two trainings every month. And then also 2 healings. They're group healings, but it's only $17. So you can do group healings and you get 2 a month. We align them around the time of the new moon and the full moon just because we can hop into those energies. Okay, so if you're still on the Zoom call, I'm going to keep working. I'm going to stop my broadcast on Facebook. Love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day and stay safe over the holiday.